But right about now, I got two special guests in the building. I have Mr. J.D. Yeager, running for Sheriff of Valdosta, and also George Ryan. How you guys doing today?
Beautiful. What's up, my beautiful brother?
Yeah, everything is good, man. I'm glad to know that you guys are in the studio to give everybody some great information right about now. So, you know, you can get started.
All right. We're excited to be here for sure. Thank you for
yes, sir. How you doing? How you doing, my beautiful brother?
I'm doing wonderful.
It's just a few minutes ago. We was kicking it a few minutes ago, early this morning.
That's right. That's
yes,
right.
JD, first of all, welcome to V-96 out here. I'm thankful to the radio owner and for everybody that participating and allowed this to take place. Today we're going to ask you a few questions, and we're going to hopefully share with the radio listeners something that maybe they didn't know about you. And I've followed all of the forums, all four of them. I've also gone to Thomasville, Georgia. And my sole purpose here in Valdosta-Lowndes County is to make sure that the voters have the necessary information to make a good decision on who they want to represent them as sheriff of Lowndes County.
And that's what we should all want.
Yes, sir. Tell me something about yourself. First, who is J.D. Yeager?
Well, I've been here since I was 12. I'm married to the former Crown Harrelson. She went to Lowndes High, graduated from Lowndes High. I graduated from Valdosta High. I've got three girls, 16, 12, and 10, all of them in the Lowndes County school system. I spent 21 years in local law enforcement right here in Valdosta-Lowndes County, the last 17 at the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office, and the last 7 of that in the number 2 position as the second in command and responsible for all daily operations.
Okay, why do you want to run for sheriff, first of all?
Because I love it.
You love it?
It's certainly not for the money. I'm not hunting a title or a position. It's all about heart.
Yes, sir.
I spent my entire adult life as a part of the law enforcement at the Sheriff's Office, building it and being a part of building it into what it once was. And it breaks my heart to see what we're getting today, and I think we can do a lot better, and I know under my leadership we can do that.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for coming. We also extended a cordial invitation to the sheriff, Sheriff Prine. He's currently our sheriff for those in Radio Land who may not know and here visiting. And we want to thank him for doing everything he's done. It's regrettable that he declined to attend. I think he had a previous engagement. But nevertheless, we're going to press on because that's what we do here at V-96. And we want to be in the mix before and after 6, my beautiful brother. So now, my first question I want to ask you is kind of personal in terms of what I've heard in the community. And this is a kind of a prelude into my real questions. You have already served under Sheriff Ashley Park, and he served several terms as sheriff. And so my question is, what can you do differently that then you seem like you already had an opportunity to fix the problems in the jail. So what would you do now that you couldn't do before?
Well, I did serve under Sheriff Ashley Park and the former G.B.R. Carter, but I wasn't sheriff.
Okay.
The sheriff ultimately makes all the decisions, and I was allowed to run those daily operations. But as I've said in several of the other speaking opportunities and forums and such as that, you know, the new jail that is down there today, the new section of the jail that was added and opened in 2009, shortly after I left, my staff and myself, under Sheriff Paul, we designed that jail. We went all over the state with architects and design crews to figure out the best of the best to make it more manpower friendly, to make it more inmate friendly, and the conditions on the inmates better. That jail is not being utilized today as it was designed to be by those of us who designed it. That's the first step. Let's use what we've got. Change, make the change to use what we've got. Another thing is the employee morale at the sheriff's office is another big issue, and it's a big negative. Your morale affects everything from thereafter. If your people are not happy, then nobody around them's going to be.
Let me interject something right here. I hear you mention that. You mentioned at the forums. How would you know that the morale of the jail deputies are down, or the jailers, when you are not there? How do you know that?
Because I talk to them on a daily basis.
Okay. So you still maintain some type of relationship with the people that's working there, or they just care about you?
Absolutely. And I mean, that was my extended family for many years, you know. I certainly stay in contact with them. Obviously, a lot of them stay in contact with me on a secret basis because they're scared to death.
Wow. What are they afraid of, if you don't mind me saying?
They're afraid of losing their jobs.
Wow. Well, Georgia is an at-will-to-work state where, you know, I guess that has an impact on it too. But let's move right along with this. So what do you see is the biggest problem facing the jail here in Lowndes County now, and what is your vision for bringing about change for 2013 and beyond?
Well, the biggest problem that I see is, first of all, as I said, that there's a brand new facility down there that is state of the art, the best of the best, and it's not being utilized as it was designed to be. So, you know, we've got to first get a staff in place that understands that that's what we've got to do. We're going to utilize that space for the betterment of the employees and the betterment of the inmates that are coming in. The new jail, it was designed for your more long-term inmates to be in there. Your short-timers, your people that are going to get out 24 to 48 hours, or your people that are going to be on an inmate detail or something like that don't stay in the jail all the time. You can utilize the older jail for those people because they're not constantly 24 hours a day subjected to the conditions. When we built that new jail, we admitted that our jail was in bad shape and it needed a lot of work. It comes to a financial issue. SPLOST dollars paid for the new section of the jail, and we were very fortunate to have that money available there to build it. People don't like building jails. They don't like tax dollars being used to build jails. But reality is we've got to have jails because we're going to have crime.
What is the one thing you would like the citizens to know about J.D. Yeager? What is the one? Yeah.
As I said in another program that you listened to this morning, the one thing that I would want people, I would hope people to see more than anything else in me is that I've probably grown up 20 years in the last 4. And when I say that, my whole outlook on life has changed. And it's because of, partly because of a loss of an election in 2008. I realized that nobody owed me anything, and that I wasn't untouchable, believe it or not. And when you get to the point in your life that you think you know it all and you're untouchable, God has a way of humbling you.
Okay. One question that kind of ripped this community apart. I have gone to at least 2 gatherings concerning Stefan Gonti, and I think you said earlier that you'd been out here with him on this particular station. So my question is, do you think that the citizens here in Valdosta-Lowndes County have been kept up to par on what's going on in the investigation without jeopardizing any aspect of the investigation? Do you think the community could have known more about the status of it?
I don't know exactly what the family has been told, but I don't hear anything about that case really going on. And obviously I'm not down there, can't see the files. They definitely wouldn't let me see the files. The information that you and I have relied on is street talk. There's been a lot of street talk. When you got that much street talk, it would seem that you would have more investigative talk. But I'm really not in a position to bash the current administration or investigators. I will say this, that the case, upon taking office, one of my first duties would be on all unsolved crimes. Reopen those files, get the best of the best investigators, go back through those files, see what's been done, might notice that we've missed something, and hopefully bring a killer to justice if it's possible.
Okay, now I got a question because you said something that I need to follow up on. You say reopen the files. What do you mean reopen the files? Because the investigation is still going on, am I correct?
Well, and maybe I used the wrong word. As a new sheriff.
Okay, I got you. Okay. Oh, you take a second, you take another. Okay, I see. Okay. Now, if you don't mind, what I'm going to do, because I got quite a few things that we get phone calls, call in, that's going to be a different story. But I got a little short list here, and I'm going to try to roll through them real fast, and I know you're pretty good at this. But I'm going to ask you some pointed questions, no harm intended, and nothing like that, okay? But what I want to know is that what I've understood from reading the Atlanta Journal-Constitution is that the Valdosta-Lowndes County Georgia are leading the state of Georgia in jail deaths. And I know that we got some 700 plus inmates out there possibly, so we're going to have deaths. But rather than getting into all of that, what will you do to ensure that the citizens are abreast and aware of what's going on in the jail? In other words, I have talked to local press, including the TV station and radio. Short form, here's a question. What will you do to make it the jail more accessible to the general public in terms of the news media outlets? Because I've been told that it's kind of like Gestapo and they can't get information out to the general public. What would you do to try to make that better?
You got to have transparency, and if you're the first to put information out, then there's a lot less questions for the general public to ask. You got to be honest with them. You got to put it out. We're gonna make mistakes. We're human beings, but you got to be out front of it, and you've got to put it out there and be transparent.
Okay.
With the public. Okay,
so short form, you believe in transparency, and you will implement it during if you're elected. That's what you will do. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
I can hold you to that, right?
Without jeopardizing the
right
of an investigation.
Okay. Next question. As an incumbent, if you were elected sheriff and you're the incumbent, will you during the next election, and if you choose to run, will you attend the debates, or will you